Hey, Louis. A package just came for your mom. I'll send her a thank you message, but make sure you send one too, okay?
I'm gonna give that one a miss. Let me guess. Carrots? Potatoes? I wish she sent something we actually need every now and then.
Come on, don't be like that, you big grouch. Besides, we do need vegetables. Surely you notice them in the meals I cook you. We wouldn't eat nearly as many if not for your mom's packages. What does your mom like? I know she's a big fan of cream cakes. But is there anything else? I want to give her a little something back. Our way of showing we're grateful, you know?
You don't have to bother doing that.
But how is it fair if we do nothing but take all the time? I feel guilty.
The only reason she sends enough vegetables to feed a small African village is because she always has so much left over. There are a lot of farmers in her village, and they're always giving her stuff. There's no way she could eat them all on her own, so we get her leftovers, that's all. She doesn't do it out of the goodness of her heart.
Does it really matter why she does it if we benefit as a result? I'm always really happy when her packages arrive.
You are? I wish I could say the same. Honestly, it feels like she's waging some kind of harassment campaign against us.
Huh? What makes you think that?
I get that you'd be pleased if she was saying things that were rare or valuable in some way. But we could get vegetables at the supermarket. They're hardly expensive.
I mean, I guess so, but still.
Not only that, but she keeps on sending us those homemade pickled onions of hers.
Yeah, I love them. I'm grateful for those too. Surely they're not part of this harassment campaign.
God, you just don't get it, Sadie. Think about it. It's obvious she's only doing this because she thinks you're not feeding me properly.
Wait, what? That's why?
Oh, come on, think about it. She knows you're a stay-at-home housewife. Why would she send homemade food if she thought the things you were cooking were up to standard?
Well, surely there could be all sorts of reasons. Some people just like making things for others. I don't know how to pickle onions myself. I mean, I'm sure it can't be that hard. I just never done it before. What's the harm in her sending them? I think it's nice. They're novel, you know? Your mom clearly knows what she's doing because they're delicious. I really appreciate the gesture. I don't think it's unusual for her to send them at all.
You know, Sadie, some would say you've got a positive outlook on life. Honestly, I think it's just naivety. I don't think I've ever met someone with their glass as half full as yours. You even interpret my mom's nastiness as goodwill.
I really don't think it's nastiness, Louis. If anything, I think you're the one who seems bitter lately. You always seemed just as pleased as I did about her gifts until last year. What changed?
You could say I grew wise to the word when I started hearing all these stories about mother-in-laws schooling their husbands' wives in the news and from people I know. It's an epidemic. I started seeing things my mom was doing in a different light. Now it's hard to entertain the idea that there's no malice behind any of it.
I don't know about an epidemic, but I guess you do hear stories about mother-in-laws from hell sometimes. It's only normal that there'd be friction though, right? It's like you go from not really knowing each other to suddenly being family and having to figure out some way to make things work overnight.
Are there problems between you and my mom?
Nope, none at all. I know we've been married a year and it's not like we live with her. But no, we're fine. Really. My thank you messages are basically the only interaction we have. I guess you could say the one thing that could potentially become a problem is that we interact so little that we barely know each other.
You know Dave from work? He told me the other day about his mom started bullying his wife the moment the two of them got married.
Yeah, you do hear about that kind of thing sometimes. But your mom really doesn't strike me as the kind of person to bully anyone. Least of all, me. Like I said, I know I don't know her that well, but she seems super kind and thoughtful.
I guess I'm pleased you think that. I'm just not so sure that's the whole picture is all. Anyway, this should go without saying. But nothing I say about my mom leaves his chat, okay? You can't ever mention any of this to her.
Of course, sweetie. It means a lot that you're worried about me. But I don't think you have any reason to be. Besides, I'm not the type of person to worry about things that aren't even happening. Haven't we got enough on our plate with the things that are?
You've got a great mindset, babe. Maybe I should take a leaf out of your book.
I appreciate the compliment. Oh yeah, what time will you be home from work today?
Sorry, babe. I think it's going to be a late one. Last train, I'm guessing.
I see. That's a shame. I was gonna make us nice hearty stew with all these fresh vegetables your mom sent. I guess I could still leave yours in the microwave. But will you be eating at work?
Yeah, that's the plan. Feel free to make some stew for yourself though, babe. I'll join you some other time.
Some other time. Right. Lewis, you've been coming home late an awfully lot recently. It seems like most days, actually. Will you be around on Saturday at least?
Sure. I'll make sure I'm home Saturday.
Great, please do, sweetie. I'd love it if we could spend a little time together every now and then. I kind of feel like I'm living on my own sometimes lately. Good luck at work. Catch you later.
Sadie, you there? I'm real sorry, babe. Something came up at the office. I'm going to be home late again.
Really? Again? You promised you'd be home early today.
Dave the doofus made the blunder of a lifetime, and now the whole office is on mandatory overtime to clean up the mess. We've got to rewrite about 2,000 documents. If they're not done by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, my boss's head's going to be on the chopping block, and by extension, mine too. Not only that, but 3 of the team are on vacation, and one's on maternity leave right now, so things are a damn sight tighter than they should be.
Wow. I see. That sounds like quite the situation. Okay, I guess it can't be helped.
Oh, by the way, I got a message from my mom. I thought you should know what she said.
Oh yeah? What did she say?
Actually, I'm not sure if I should tell you this.
Cut it out, Lewis. You can't not tell me now. What did she say?
Well, she asked me if things are going well between me and you.
Oh, is that all? Isn't that a normal thing for a mother-in-law to ask? You had me worried for a sec there.
Then she started asking about kids. She asked if the reason we hadn't conceived yet was because you had something wrong with you. She wouldn't stop pestering me about how you might be infertile and whether it might be best if we booked in for IVF treatment. She was so persistent. It felt like an interrogation.
Well, what? She said those things? I never had her down as the interfering type. Is it really her place to put pressure on you like that? I guess she must really want grandkids, huh?
Isn't it a normal thing for any parent to want? Gah, no, you're right. There are such things as boundaries, and she overstepped them by asking me all that crap. Being probed like that was the last thing I needed with how things have been at work lately. I kinda lost my temper and told her to mind her own business. We haven't spoken since. I think it rubbed me up the wrong way after that mother-in-law from hell conversation we had lately. I couldn't help but wonder, is this how it starts?
I don't mind her asking about kids at all. But you're right. She had no right to ask if there's something wrong with me. What a cruel and insensitive question. Who the hell does she think she is?
Right? That's why it's all red. It's like, was she trying to upset you? I was thinking, who the hell does she think she is?
I wouldn't dwell on it, sweetie. I'm sure she got the message when you got mad with her. Thank you for sticking up for me. She probably just got carried away and asked you without thinking. I'm sure she regrets it now. Besides, I still have a long way to go as a housewife. It's only normal she'd have concerns.
Don't talk silly, babe. You're the best wife a man can hope for. You're perfect just the way you are, and don't let my meddling mother make you think otherwise. Damn, you really are kind. To think you're not even mad with her.
It's not that I'm kind. I am sad to hear she said those things about me. But still, what can I do? Getting mad never solved anything. So there's nothing for it but to take it in my stride and carry on doing my thing.
You're right. Anyway, I'm still not ready to start thinking about kids yet. Sure, we're not newlyweds anymore. I still think it'd be nice if we could enjoy our time together a little longer before we lose it all on a childcare.
Our time together? We haven't spent time together in months, Louis.
I know, babe. Things should calm down at work soon, though.
Really? You mean that?
Yep. One of the girls is coming back from maternity leave soon. Plus, the bigwigs finally realized we couldn't go on like this, and they're going on a big recruitment drive. It's been a long time coming, but I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I can't tell you how pleased I am to hear that, sweetie. Your mom might have a thing or two to say about us holding off on kids. But it's our lives we're talking about here, not hers. I think we should just focus on enjoying our time together. And if she does come at us with anything else, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What do you think? Of course, I'll carry on doing everything I can to win her approval. But we have to draw a line in the sand when it comes to major decisions like that.
I couldn't agree more, babe. That sounds great. Let's do it. I think she got the message why I got mad at her, so she should back off the time being at least. If she does say anything at you, I can only apologize in advance. Make sure you let me know if she does.
Don't worry, sweetie. I can assure you, I'll bitch and moan about her to you with all my might if she does.
Sounds good to me. Make sure you let me know straight away if she says anything. I'll put her right back at her place.
Hey, Louis. Is now a good time? Sorry to message you while you're at work. It's just, I got a message from your mom.
My mom? What did it say? Not something horrible, I hope.
I can't deny it seemed a little horrible. She told me not to bother coming home for Christmas this year.
Wow, seriously? God damn it. Listen, babe, I didn't tell you this, but she told me she thinks I should rethink my relationship with you the other day.
What? Rethink your relationship with me? Oh, what's that supposed to mean? No way. Surely she doesn't want us to get a divorce.
Well, she didn't say it outright, but I think that was the implication. I'm sorry, Sadie. I should have told you this before, but she actually sends me crap like this every day.
Wow. It sounds like your mom really hates me. What did I do to deserve this? Did I do something to upset her?
No, don't even say things like that. You haven't done anything wrong. She's the aggressor here. To be honest, she's driving me crazy. She sends these stuff like this every day and shows those signs of stalking, and I'm not sure what to do. I can't exactly block her because she's my mom, but at the same time, I can't just let her keep saying all these hurtful things. It's taking a toll on me.
I'm the target here, Louis. It feels a little worse on my end.
Yeah, of course. But I'm the one whose inbox gets bombarded with it every day.
Louis, you don't agree with her, do you?
Of course I don't! I'm just not sure how to get her to back off without making things awkward between us.
If she hates me that much, why do I have to have anything to do with her at all? Maybe she'll back off if she understands I'm not willing to put up with it.
So what are you saying? That we should just cut her out of our lives? She's still my mom, Sadie.
I know that. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm saying I think you should break things off with her. Like you said, you're her son. But if she hates me, I don't see any reason I should engage with her. At least, not while she's like this.
All I wanted was for you two to get along.
You think I didn't? I've been working so hard to win her approval since we got married. This is the last thing I want. But what choice do I have? I gotta say, this has really taken me off guard. I thought she'd back off after you got mad with her when she tried to pull her crap last time. But if anything, she's getting worse. What's gotten into her? Did you tell her to make more of an effort to get along with me? Something seems so fishy about all this.
Huh? You think so? I guess you're right. It took me by surprise as well. I was sure she'd ease off after last time. It's been really messy with my head. I've been finding it harder to focus at work.
I'm sorry to hear that, sweetie. It's only natural that it bothers you. I was super shocked myself. I know me and her have never really spoken much. But to find out she actively hates me was just... wow. But to tell you the truth, Louis, I find the way you're acting over the whole... even stranger.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle here. I'm trying to keep things civil while at the same time not trying to rile either of you up by being too on the fence. I feel like no matter what I do, someone's going to hate me. But to tell you the truth, Sadie, I can't help but wonder certain things.
Certain things?
Like why you couldn't build a healthy relationship with my mom.
How many times do I have to tell you? I tried my best. The way she's acting makes literally no sense. What did I do to deserve this? Did I do something to upset her?
No, I really don't think you did.
Then why are you acting like it's my fault?
I'm not, I swear. My mom's the one in the wrong here. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to make any apologies for the way she's acting. But I guess I can't deny that I'm a little disappointed at how easily you seem to be willing to give up on making things work with her. It's like when the going gets tough, you just walk away. She's still my mom.
Louis?
I won't be coming home tonight.
What? Why?
I need some time to clear my head. Sorry, babe, but I need some time to think. If my mom sends you any more messages, don't worry about replying. Just ignore them. I'll tell her to back off just in case. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's for the best if you stop having anything to do with her.
Why, hello, Sadie dear. It's Louis's mother, Esther.
Huh? Esther?
Yes, dear. I purchased a new phone recently. I'd appreciate it if you message me on this number from now on.
New number. Got it.
I'm sure you must have heard from Louis already. But hasn't this whole farce dragged on far too long?
What do you mean?
Your marriage to my son. I never liked you from the get-go. I knew you weren't right for my boy the moment I laid eyes on you.
Wow, really?
Yes, really. I tried to get you to take the hint indirectly, but it seems you're too much of a dullard for the subtle approach. That aloof, nonchalant attitude of yours makes me sick.
Huh.
Now, your attitude would be bad enough on its own, but I fear you've proven incapable of even basic things like cleaning the house and cooking my son's meals. If you ask me, you should make more of an effort to provide for his needs as a man of the house. That means taking cookery courses so he can eat like a king, and foot massages every morning the moment he wakes up. Your mother-in-law is talking to you here, Sadie! I've heard enough of these brain-dead 50 IQ responses. If you have anything between those ears of yours, you'll start responding coherently and afford me the respect I deserve this instant! God, I knew it! I was right about you! Divorce my son! That's an order! He's out of your league. You're nothing but a drain on his precious time and energy.
Your son? Who are you?
What a stupid question! I'm your mother-in-law, obviously. I wouldn't be saying these things if I wasn't.
My mother-in-law? What? No, really, who are you?
Sadie! If you don't stop making fun of me, I'll make sure it's the last thing you ever do. That's it! You had the chance to make things right, and you blew it, doofus! Forgive me. Well, I meant to say that you're making a grave mistake here, dear. My Louis is a good boy who does whatever I tell him to. I'll see to it that he divorces you if it's the last thing I do.
Fine. Divorce it is.
Huh?
Don't you even feel a little embarrassed about what you're doing?
What do you mean? I have nothing to be embarrassed about, dear.
You can drop the act now, dear. I know it's you, Louis. What the hell are you doing? Did you seriously go out of your way to buy a new phone to do this?
Have you lost your mind, young lady? I don't know what you mean. I am not Louis.
You know, you might have fooled me, but you see, Louis? I just so happen to be with your mom right now. That's right. The woman you're pretending to be is currently sat right next to me.
Huh?
We were just talking about mine and your future. I'll be coming home soon, so I need you to wait for me. We need to discuss the divorce.
Do not talk nonsense, young lady. I am not sat next to you right now. I'm sat comfortably in my armchair with a cup of coffee. I was knitting and watching the soap operas before this rather unpleasant discussion.
Me and my mom have been talking all about you. You tried to turn me and her against each other, didn't you?
Are you really with my mom right now?
Yippee! Did you finally stop impersonating her? I'll admit it, I'm surprised, Louis. I never thought you were this much of a moron. Can we drop the pathetic games now?
Answer my question.
I know everything. You've been trying to make me think your mom hates me for a while now. Me and Esther just had a long heart-to-heart. And it turns out you were doing the exact same thing to her behind my back. You told her I hated her, that I've been calling her every name under the sun. And that I never wanted to see her again for as long as I lived. That I thought she was ugly, etc., etc.
No! I never said any of those things to her.
I'd just like to remind you that she sat next to me as we speak and can see all of your messages. So how about you cut the crap and start telling the truth? You were intentionally trying to cause problems between me and your mom.
Why would I do something like that? Can you think of a single reason I have for trying to make you hate each other? That's just crazy talk, babe.
You're right. It sounds crazy. We didn't understand it either. It didn't make any sense at all, at least on the surface. But then we did some digging and found out you're cheating on me. You did all of this so I'd break up with you. And you wouldn't look like the bad guy.
I am not cheating on you!
I just told you, Louis. We did our research. I'm not pulling this out of thin air. If it's proof you want, we have plenty. Imagine my surprise when I found out your lover has no idea you're married.
Did you say something to Tegan?
What does that have to do with anything? Me and your mom are furious with you. You lied and tried to manipulate me into breaking up with you by causing problems between me and your mom. If your mom had extended an olive branch by calling me in an attempt to clear the air between us, we would have carried on, thinking we both hated each other, and you might have actually gotten your way.
My mom called you?
Yes, she did, a few weeks ago. Which means I already knew something fishy was going on by the last time you said she was bad-mouthing me. I went along with it because we were still gathering evidence back then. But I knew you were lying. So, go on, Louis. I'll give you one chance to explain yourself.
Please, babe, it's not what you think. I want you to know that I never meant to hurt you. In fact, it was precisely because I didn't want to hurt you that I did this. I mean, let's face it, you would have been destroyed if I told you I was in love with another woman. I thought if we had to divorce due to my mom, it wouldn't sting so much.
Seriously, Louis? You're still trying to divorce me? Whatever the reason, a divorce is a divorce. And I would have still been hurt. The only reason you did this was to protect your own reputation. You know what everyone would have thought of you if they knew you cheated on me. So you lied, cheated, and deceived to stop people finding out. Then, you could have remarried your lover without a hint of criticism. After all, it couldn't be helped if you were pressured into the divorce by your mom, right?
I'm so sorry, babe. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you. It's not like I hated you or anything. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you I'd fallen for another woman. I didn't want to break your heart. I didn't want to see you hurt. I didn't want to see you cry. Is that so wrong of me?
Do you actually believe any of this crap? Because I can't believe what I'm reading. You didn't want to see me hurt, but you convinced me my mother-in-law hated my guts? How do you think that felt? You hurt me more than anyone ever did. As if hurting me wasn't enough, you did the same exact thing to your mom. Then you went as far as buying a new phone to trick me into thinking she wanted us to get a divorce with a torrent of hateful messages. I'll never forgive you for this.
You'll never forgive me? What does that mean, babe? You're not going to do anything drastic, are you?
No, I'm not going to do anything drastic at all. I'm going to make the only reasonable move there is in this situation. We're getting a divorce. I'll also be suing you for compensation and having a chat with your lover. She might not know you're married, but cheating is cheating.
Whoa. Can we just slow down for a sec there? Divorce is going too far. Please, babe, just calm down. I admit I screwed up. I'm an idiot for what I did, and I'll never try and argue otherwise. But divorce? Really? Surely we can talk this through. Can we do that? Pretty please, with a cherry on top?
Why do I have to do anything you ask me? You cheated on me, Louis. What the hell did you expect? A thank you present and declarations of undying love? Oh yeah, your mom said she's disgusted with you and no longer considers you her son. She's breaking off all ties with you and you'll never see or hear from her again after today. We also gave your boss a call and told him you've been cheating on me all this time, citing dire circumstances at the office as your excuse to disappear for entire evenings.
You rang my boss? Why would you?
You met your lover through work, didn't you? She was one of your customers. A married employee having an affair with a customer? I'm sure you'll agree, it's not the best PR.
Oh man, I really screwed up, didn't I? I can't tell you how sorry I am, babe. I am filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disgust with myself. You deserve better. I'm so sorry. I admit it. I've been a lying scumbag, a treacherous lowlife. But I'll never betray you again, and I mean that. I'm sorry. Please, you have to undo this. Call my boss back and tell me it was all a prank, or a misunderstanding, or something.
What a surprise! As usual, all you care about is yourself. We're coming to the house now. Wait there. Your mom's about to give you the dressing down of a lifetime. Shortly after that, me and Lewis's mom arrived at the house. The sight of her screaming at her wayward son with the rage of 1,000 sons, and him collapsing on the floor in floods of tears, is something I'll never forget. He said sorry about 1,000 times, but of course, it was too little too late. Esther then forced him to sign the divorce papers and pay me compensation. We didn't have to get any lawyers involved because he was so terrified of his mom that he gave me the money willingly. Lewis's relationship with his lover fell apart when she found out he'd been lying to her about being married the whole time. To make his situation worse, his boss demoted him and filed for him to be immediately transferred away from HQ to a rural branch in the middle of nowhere after I told him what he'd been up to behind closed doors. I don't know what made him think he had a chance, but Lewis kept showing up at the house, begging me to take him back. I guess having lost everything, he thought I was the last person he'd be able to rely on. Obviously, I called the police immediately and had him arrested for disturbing the peace. I can't exactly say the neighbors were pleased to hear the sounds of "Take me back, Sadie!" accompanied by frantic banging on the door at 2 a.m. in the morning. Naturally, I blocked him too. I was shocked at first when I found out about the affair and how he tried to make me and his mom hate each other. But now, I'm grateful I saw his true colors sooner rather than later. Who knows, maybe if he wasn't such a moron, he would have actually gone away with it. The way I see it, I dodged a bullet. Esther is no longer my mother-in-law since the divorce, but we're still in regular contact, and I'm proud to call her my friend. It's kind of ironic given how things seemed between us back then. Just a few days ago, I received another package full of vegetables and a jar of her famous pickled onions. I wasn't very lucky when it came to my husband, but his mom's great. I guess it's just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. To tell you the truth, I'm still not totally over what happened. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from moving forward and building a new life for myself. We all deserve happiness, and it's time I found my little slice.